Dear children, this is your Kavita ma'am for taking mathematics for you. So in today's class, let us see geometry, that is introduction to Euclid's geometry. So now our topic is introduction to Euclid's geometry. Now, first we should see what is geometry. So you learned in your earlier classes what is geometry. So we should split two words in this a single term geometry, that is geo and metry. Geo and metry. So this metry we can say metrian. So metrian. So that is geo means earth. What does geo means? Earth. And metry means to measure. So first thing we should learn what is the word means geometry. So geo means earth and metry means to measure. So in ancient times the people they were used to measure the land. So that is they are using geometry for measuring the land. So is it only measuring for the land? No. So it is measuring to all the objects and all the things also. And one more thing, to prove the statements also. We are using geometry to giving a proofs of the things. Okay, statements also. So here that is Euclid's geometry. So in the ancient times the proof of this geometrical properties they are that is gave by Babylonians and Egyptians, Indians and Greek peoples also. So in the ancient civilizations it is a very big properties they use for making geometrical things. That is in the ancient civilizations, you know, that is Mohenjo-daro and Harappa also. So on that time the people they are having very good that is very good roads and houses also. So they used to measure the lands and to measure their properties also. So at the time, next the Greek peoples, the Greek mathematicians, that is they are very interested to develop the geometry and they did so many discoveries about geometry. So the first Greek mathematician Thales gave the statement to proof. So he gave the first well-known proof by circle. So that is a circle is divided by its diameter. So Thales gave the first well-known proof in the geometry. He is a first Greek mathematician, gave his proof by the circle. That is circle is divided by its diameter. So you all know, students, that is this is a circle and circle is divided by its diameter. So therefore circle having a two pieces. So here this is upper part and lower part. So these two parts are divided by its diameter. So this is the first proof. Then so he gave, that is Thales. Thales is the first mathematician gave a statement, that is proof of this statement, circle having two divided parts by its diameter. Then next, Pythagoras is the most well-known person. Pythagoras, you heard this name now? Pythagoras, he came next to Thales. So Pythagoras gave very well-known proofs and so many discoveries with his group members. So Pythagoras and his group members, they gave so many discoveries and so many properties, and he gave geometrical properties also. And this discoveries and properties, that is this process is moving on 300 BCE, moving on till 300 BCE. So this is the time of that people they gave geometrical properties. So this process is moving till 300 BCE. So on that time, the 300 BCE, on that time Euclid came. So Euclid came and he gave so many well-known things about the geometry. So Euclid is a mathematics teacher, okay, in Egypt. So he gave so many properties about geometrical statements. So in this geometrical statements, so many things, that is he gave well-known proofs and something it is not, we are not given a proof about the things. So that is we can't ask any questions about that statements. So we should accept without any questions. So like that statements he arranged and he grouped. So he arranged in a group. So that is it in his treatise. So he arranged in a treatise. So treatise means group of statements. Treatise means group of statements. So he arranged the so many things and statements in his treatise. It is called it as elements. Elements. So this treatise is called elements. Treatise means it is a group of statements. So these statements are called it as elements. So Euclid gave the group of statements is called elements. So these elements are divided into 13 chapters. Okay. So these elements is divided into 13 chapters. 13 chapters. So each chapter is called a book. Each chapter is said to be a book. See, let us see once again. So Thales and Pythagoras gave his statements, that is well-known proofs to about geometry, and then this process is moving till 300 BCE. Then at the time of this process, Euclid came. Euclid is a mathematics teacher and he gave his statements, that is he arranged well-known proofs and so many things in his treatise. So this treatise is called elements. Treatise means group of statements. So this group of statements are called it as elements. So this elements he divided it into 13 chapters. So this 13 chapters is, each chapter is called a book. Each chapter is called a book. Each chapter is called a book. So in each book he gave his thoughts. So that his thoughts are all universal truths. So we can't ask any questions about universal truths. So that and all, without any questions we should accept that statements. So he gave so many things about this statements. So let us see one more example for that. In the book 1 he gave 23 well-known, that is obviously universal truths he gave in the book 1. 23 statements. But here we should see something, some of them in that. Okay, we can't say 23 statements also in here. So it is not necessary for us also. So let us see some of them in that. So we should take one example. So this is a cube. We should take a cube. See children, is it a cube or not? It is a cube. So in this cube we have how many surfaces? How many surfaces? We have 6 surfaces. In a cube, 6 surfaces. And then we move on to plane figure. That is we are taking one single surface. So here in this surface we have 4 sides. That is 4 edges. 4 edges. And then move on to a side. In a side we have 2 points. In a side we have 2 points. Is it right? So next we move on to a single point. Okay. So now we can see a cube as a 3-dimensional figure. 3D figure. And then surface. A plane surface is a 2D figure. And then a line. So a line is a 1-dimensional figure. And a point has no dimension. A point has no dimension. Now see, you all know this all. You are very well known things. Okay. So but here we can't ask any questions. Sorry, we can't ask any questions about this. Okay. We can accept it is a cube. We can accept it has 6 surfaces. And we can accept it has 4 sides. Okay. Why it has 4 sides? We can't say. So it has 1, 2, 3 and 4 sides is there. So we can say it has 4 sides. It is a universal truth. Okay. So it is a 3D figure and it is a 2D figure. That is 2-dimensional figure. And it has 1-dimensional figure. And it has no dimension. Point has no dimension. So in Euclid's book 1, he gave so many points, that is statements, that is universal truths. So a point has no part. That is the first thing. The point has no part. The point has no part. And then a line has 2 dots, 2 points in its edges. A line has 2 points in its edges. And then a line moving with a serial, that is it should be 1 by 1 points is there. So a line has a series of points in that. Okay. And then so a plane figure has a straight line on its edges. Okay. So these are all the things he gave in his book 1. So this is elements. So in this a part, and one more thing, a line has breadthless length. A line has breadthless length. A line has breadthless length. Is it right, children? A line has breadthless length. So a line has a length but no breadth. So here we should define breadth, length and a part. So these are all we can say terms. So these terms are undefined terms. So many terms are there, undefined terms. So here Euclid gave this undefined terms as universal truths. Okay. So this universal truths, it is actually obvious universal truths. So we should divide this universal truth, that is Euclid gave 2 types of universal truths. The one is axioms and another one is postulates. One is axioms and the another one is postulates. So what is axioms and what is postulates? Both are universal truths and it is accepted by us. Okay, without any question we can accept these two. That is, axioms are the statements which are accepted without any questions and it is used throughout the science, that is in mathematics and science also. So axioms are the statements which are accepted without any question without any questions and it is used in all the fields of science. See, if we are saying all the fields of science means it is included in mathematics also. So all the fields of science means it is included in mathematics also. But what is meant by postulates? So what is meant by postulates? So both are universal truths, both are the statements, and we can say both are universal truths and both are accepted without any questions. But axioms are used in all the fields of science, that is both in maths and science. But postulates we are using in it is only in the field of mathematics. Okay, so now let us see what is axioms first. So postulate we should see in the next class. So here first we should see what are the axioms. Okay, so first one, what is the first axiom? Things which are equal to one another are equal to the same thing. That is, things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another. So things which are equal to the same thing which are equal to one another. So understood, children? That is, things which are equal to the same thing which are equal to one another. So let us see the example for this to understand this axiom. So this is a accepted universal truth. Okay, so this statement we can accept by seeing the example. So